NACA Rental Housing Program explained what it is and what it isn't. Section 1 Intro Understanding NACA's Rental Housing Program. Welcome back, everyone, to Will_NACA Journey CA. Before we begin, I want to remind everyone that I am not affiliated with, employed by, or representing NACA in any way. I am simply documenting my personal journey through NACA's home buying process here in California and sharing what I learned along the way. Also, if it sounds like I'm reading from a script, that's intentional. I want the information I share to be as accurate, organized, and clear as possible so that anyone following along can easily understand the topic we're discussing. When most people hear NACA, they immediately think about home ownership. They think about the NACA mortgage program: no down payment, no closing costs, no mortgage insurance. But what many people don't realize is that NACA also offers services designed to support renters through counseling education, advocacy, and housing resource referrals. So, what exactly is the rental housing program? Who may benefit from it? What assistance does it provide? And just as importantly, what does it not provide? In this video, we'll break down what the rental housing program is, why it exists, how it may help renters navigate housing challenges, and why understanding the differences between counseling and direct assistance is so important. Section 2 Why this program exists. The challenges facing renters today. To understand why this program exists, we first need to understand the reality many renters face today. Rental housing counseling and advocacy became especially important during and after the COVID-19 pandemic, when millions of households experienced job losses, reduced income, business closures, and financial uncertainty. For many families, housing stability became fragile almost overnight. At the same time, rising rents, higher home prices, and limited affordable housing have made both renting and home ownership increasingly difficult across many communities. As housing costs consume a large share of household income, families often have less available for essentials, emergency savings, and long-term financial goals. Housing affordability remains one of the most significant challenges facing renters today, which helps explain why housing counseling, education, and resource programs continue to play an important role. Section 3 What does the rental housing program provide? Education, counseling, resources, and support. One of the biggest misconceptions people may have is assuming this is simply a rental assistance program. The rental housing program appears to be a broader housing stability and counseling initiative designed to help renters navigate challenges and connect with available resources. According to NACA, counselors may work with renters to provide guidance, education, referrals, and support in areas such as understanding the rental process, learning tenant rights and responsibilities, identifying housing and rental assistance resources, assessing legal aid and mediation referrals, finding emergency housing and community support services, connecting with other available social service programs. Another important component is housing stability counseling. Counselors may also work with renters on budgeting and financial management, building financial capacity, understanding housing related responsibilities, developing sustainable housing plans, preparing for future housing opportunities. One thing I appreciate about this approach is it focuses on long term stability. The objective isn't simply addressing a housing challenge today. The goal is helping renters better understand their options, strengthen their financial foundation, and improve their ability to maintain stable housing over time. Section 4. What this program is not. Understanding common misconceptions. This is probably one of the most important sections of the entire video because many people hear the phrase rental housing program and immediately make assumptions. Based on my understanding, this program is not a direct rent payment program, a guaranteed rental subsidy program, a housing placement service, a program that guarantees housing approval, a program that automatically prevents eviction, a program that pays all rental expenses. Instead, the program appears to focus on counseling, education, advocacy, referrals, and housing stability support. That distinction matters because understanding what a program does and does not provide helps people establish realistic expectations from the beginning. Section 5. Tenant rights, legal aid, and community resources. Helping renters understand their options. Another important aspect of the program involves helping renters better understand their rights and available protections. Many renters may not fully understand tenant protections, fair housing laws, discrimination protections, eviction procedures, legal resources, mediation options. Counselors may provide referrals to organizations that specialize in these areas. Renters may also be connected with legal aid providers, housing assistance organizations, homeless prevention programs, and other community support services. During a housing crisis, access to accurate information can be extremely valuable because many people simply don't know where to begin when housing problems arise. Sometimes understanding your option is the first step towards finding a solution. Section 6. Advocacy and Organizing. Addressing larger housing issues. One area that makes NACA somewhat unique is its focus on advocacy. According to NACA, advocacy efforts may include organizing renters who face similar challenges related to affordability, rental conditions, landlord concerns, or housing practices. The goal is to help renters work together and advocate for solutions that may include more affordable rents, improved property conditions, better services, greater accountability, expanded housing opportunities. NACA's position appears to be that helping individual renters is important, but addressing larger housing affordability challenges may also require community involvement and collective action. Section 7. Benefits, risks, and realities. The good and the challenging. As with any program, it's important to look at both the potential benefits and the realities. Potential benefits: access to housing, counseling, and education, improved budgeting and financial planning, connections to housing and community resources, legal aid and advocacy referrals, support for long term housing stability. Potential challenges: not every housing issue can be resolved immediately. Affordable rental inventory may remain limited. Housing affordability challenges continue to exist. Resources may vary by location. Legal outcomes cannot be guaranteed. Renters must actively participate in the process. Following through on referrals and recommendations remain the renter's responsibility. This is why I view the rental housing program as a potentially valuable resource, not because it solves every housing problem, but because it may help renters better understand their options, available resources, and possible paths forward. Section 8. In closing, housing stability creates opportunity. Personally, I believe stable housing is one of the most important foundations for long term success, not because housing solves every problem, but because stable housing creates opportunities. Opportunities to improve finances, opportunities to pursue education, opportunities to strengthen families and communities, and opportunities to build a more secure future. The NACA Rental Housing Program appears designed to help renters better understand their rights, connect with available resources, and improve long term housing stability. And in today's housing environment, those services may be more important than ever. As I continue documenting my own NACA journey here in California, I'll continue sharing information about programs, strategies, and opportunities that may help people better understand what is available through NACA. Thank you for following along. Real process, real time, real results. And I'll see you in the next video. Disclaimer: this video is based solely on my personal understanding and review of publicly available information regarding NACA's rental housing program at the time of recording. I am not affiliated with, employed by, or representing NACA, HUD, any housing authority, landlord, organization, legal aid organization, government agency, or advocacy group. I am not a housing counselor, attorney, financial advisor, or legal professional. Program services, counseling availability, eligibility requirements, advocacy efforts, resource availability, referral programs, and housing assistance options may vary by location and may change over time. Always verify information directly with NACA and qualified professionals regarding your specific housing situation.